Hello, welcome to The World is Blank, where everything is blank, and we like to get into some blanks. So let's get into this. I just recently watched a movie called It Lives Inside, which is about this Indian American family, mostly about the daughter, who basically ends up in some situations, or a situation, involving an entity that pretty much haunts her friend, and then further on to whoever helps that said friend. And I would say that movie is bomb, like straight bomb. I enjoyed every bit of it. I will say this though, just because I just wanted to talk about it. I feel like the most annoying part in all of it was literally the daughter. She wanted to fit in, so she betrayed her friend. Somehow they started growing apart. Not really, no. You started becoming more self-conscious. You know, like teenagers are. They're more self-conscious. Want to fit in. Is what it is. So you sacrifice your friend, your day one, in order to fit in with some folks that probably, the moment they think you're starting to become weird, they're going to leave you behind. That's the first issue. Second, you had history with this chick. She coming to you for help. Even if you thought this chick was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, why in the world you got a sand bottle just walking around school with a sand bottle and your hair is a mess, woman? Like, fix yourself up. Nah, you didn't have the audacity just to give a solid. Like, there's good history between y'all. The only one who changed was you. The least you could have done, just, off of that good history, let's go get help from her parents or something. Because the monster is literally derived from y'all's culture. You don't think your predecessors probably have some information on this? These be one of those moments where you go to an adult that practices the same culture. I'm pretty sure they will have a very deep understanding of what your issues are going through. But, we're just going to abandon the friend, smack the glass on the ground, and keep it going. Releasing the monster, keep in mind, because everything is cool if you don't believe until you find out that the thing is real. Now, your friend's in trouble, gone missing, don't know where she's at. And now you're trying to piece some things together. And the only way you're piecing things together is because of like little hearsay, some little hints there and there. But then, this doesn't bother you. You go to a party with your boy crush, and then you decide to go chill at the house where someone else that you previously knew, not saying that they were cool with each other, but someone else that you previously knew that got killed or whatever, that's where you decide to go smoke. That's just crazy. And then the entity, because the entity really been messing with you bad, comes back and just like, oh, this is how we roll it. I'm supposed to be some scary thing, messing with all of y'all, making sure y'all fear me. But nah, y'all gonna open up a pack and smoke some at the place that I'm using as a hideout. So technically, this is my property right now. I already murked the family and put them on a t-shirt. And you gonna bring your boyfriend to my house. Oh, he got to get murked too. So now Buddy is over here levitating off the ground, doing origami with his own body, begging for help. He gone. And the only thing you can do is just watch and amaze. But let's keep in mind, Buddy was floating off the ground. That's the key part in all of this. Buddy was floating off the ground. You're traumatized over the things that you are seeing. I will say this. I don't think no matter how high you are with that type of drug, are you ever going to imagine someone floating off the ground? So now, Buddy is floating off the ground and is dead now. Dropped him like yesterday's newspaper. On the floor, you seeing all of this, you witness this. And then you, cops involved, got to go back home. Folks trying to ask, like, what's going on? And the only thing you got to say about all of this is, I'm going to just be quiet. I don't want to talk about it, which is cool. You went through a traumatizing moment. That's very fine. You know, you don't want to talk about it. That is very, very fine. So then you go to school, to a teacher that was been very nice to you. That's always saying, you know, if you got any trouble, rely on me for help. But I don't think the teacher was part of, you know, practices their culture. So she's just, you know, basically one of those really helpful people. And that's who you go to. And the only thing that's just going through my mind is like, I understand, because I probably didn't mention this earlier. She had a fight with her family over a bunch of stuff because the child is changing. She's not practicing the culture. They're just wondering, like, why are you being so ashamed of them and all this other stuff. So it's a really huge fight, and I get that. But it's just like, at the end of the day, you just went through something traumatizing. And I'm pretty sure your parents are very, very worried about you. You decided to go to the teacher for whatever reason. Probably felt safer there. But it's just like, if we're just going to put some logic into this, you knew the entity, because the entity been hunting you strong. You know, that entity is like the dude that gets curved and don't know how to say no. Just keeps coming back. You got an issue. But he is just really on you heavy. And you don't go to the right person. Just like, yo, all of this really, if I had to put it, a lot of this would have actually been avoided if she actually just gave her friend some help. Even if it's not the help that she technically would have needed because of how the movie is. You know, if she would have never, like, smacked the jar. Because even if you were ashamed of your friend, feeling embarrassed, why smack the jar? Why, like, break something of hers? That's one. Two, why didn't you just go get some help from your parents? Three, why you are at places where people have died and making that a hangout spot? Just saying. These are the things that annoyed me about that movie, but that movie was fire. It needs to be watched. All right, I'm out.